Welcome to my first video attempt. It was also my first Halloween party, but I'm out here today cleaning up after a huge party for a bunch of high school juniors and seniors. And I used YouTube to get a bunch of ideas, so I thought I'd walk you through and show you what I did, what I found. I didn't really find what I wanted. We have about an acre in the backyard, and so I wanted to use that. We set up booths for them to take pictures in. We made them all come through the fence there and get checked in at the check-in booth because we didn't want no shenanigans going on with people trying to come and go. So I'm going to take you back here to the haunted forest. That's really what I wanted to build. It's just a little walkthrough, but this was the DJ area with the dance floor. That was a huge hit. They certainly liked that. So this here is just the backyard. A lot of stuff is already blown over. The party's already hammered it. We had big black lights everywhere. So back here in the forest, I've got about an acre back here that we don't really use. So I bought some of this plastic sheeting, put up over the fence so the kids couldn't see what was going on. And we brought them out here in the dark with a torch. And the torch lit up the path pretty good. You can see we got a nice little path through here that we dug out or mowed down. So we come to the first turn with some crazy voodoo chicken stuff going on in a cauldron. Just about the time you get past this cauldron, get it interested in the green glow in the bottom from a glow stick, a witch jumps out at you right over here. The witch was the host of the party, so she was able to kind of welcome her to her party. This is what the woods back behind my house looked like when we started. And we just cut down the little trees and the little saplings and stuff and then just formed it into a trail. So this is the clown area. This was a big hit. Everybody was scared of the clown area because certainly you got to go through it. And nobody wanted to go through it because they were afraid what was on the other side. But the fun part was there wasn't anything on the other side. We had a guy over here just kind of honking a horn to spook them when they came through. It was the anticipation that scared them. So then you come into a graveyard area that they just kind of looked at. We kept on moving down the path. At about 5 or 6 at a time. I had a big torch. The rule was just don't follow, just don't pass me. So you come through here and you see that blue tarp up there. That's actually like a hillbilly stakeout. All you can see is this fire. So you can't see anything past the tarp. Over here was a girl that was playing with stuffed animals and dead babies and just crazy stuff. She was kind of spooky, jumping out at people. She sang weird songs. It was fun. And all the kids knew each other, so it was a pretty good high school party. We had about 60 people. So here's the hillbilly. He had a color guard rifle that he sat with, and he sat there on his stool, so you couldn't see him until you got up here. And when you got up here, he got mad that you'd have the audacity to walk through his area. And about that time, we dropped a pack of firecrackers in the fire, and it, well, you know, firecrackers are fun. So then you got to walk across this bridge. Now you can see down in under the pallet there, I've got some push lights. So the push lights kind of made it glow an eerie glow. But the torch was great. I was impressed how well the torch worked. So out here, you see that little orange light that's at the bottom of that tree. It just kind of flickers just a light pattern. So I got more push lights here because we're actually walking down into a creek area. So we come around here. These oh, a deer just ran. Huh. So these glowed blue, as you can see. They looked real good at night. And then we kind of had a guy in a sheet kind of out there moving in the background. So we're at the back here, coming up through. This is a halfway mark. One of the best scares of the whole thing is right by this rock that you can see. There was a guy just hunkered down in a ghillie suit, fully camoed. He looked like a bush. And I made the joke that, you know, we're way back in the back. The bushes get crazy out here. And he jumped out at him, and he got more scares than anybody, for sure. So we move into this biohazardous area, and then uh-oh, it turns into a zombie area. What's a scary walkthrough without a zombie area? So we walk up, we kind of look at the table and think, oh man, that's nasty. And I just made those guts out of that great stuff, insulation stuff. I learned that on YouTube. And then a zombie actually comes out from under the table, and he scared a bunch of people too. So I just had some old ropes. We made some nooses. Of course, I did not connect these up in the trees. I just kind of wrapped the ropes around the trees, so in case somebody wanted to do something goofy like, ooh, look at me, nothing would happen. So at this point, you come into where the logs are up, and I forgot to mention there's a chainsaw that fired up on us earlier, right after the firecrackers went in the fire. You heard a chainsaw start up and go to full song and then quit. So it scared everybody just knowing that, oh no, there's a chainsaw out here. And sure enough, when you come up to here, there's actually a scary looking lumberjack guy sitting on this 5-gallon bucket holding a chainsaw without of course there's no chain on it. And he's just sitting there revving the engine. And the scary part was you just have to walk past him. And it was scary for a lot of people to commit to that. But it worked. You know, the kids that I had helping me, they were great. But a lot of times they wanted to jump out and scare all the time, and I tried to teach them. Sometimes it's not jumping out all the time, it's the anticipation. So this area here, just about the time we get here, you can see on that fence post right in the center, there's a strobe light. So the strobe light blasted you straight in the face, and we had a little remote control car. Oh, there it is right there, a little blue remote control car with a stuffed animal. At night it looked pretty good, and it just kind of ran in front, and then it would wreck into that log, and then so the guy could come back and grab it to start up for the next group. So we took a total of 8 groups through, and it was a huge success. So I just wanted to kind of walk through and show you what I did, because when I looked on YouTube, I found a lot of ideas of garages and back houses, but I didn't really find anything. Here we are at the back of that. I didn't really find anything that showed using some woods in the back. So here there was a guy kind of out here that would kind of spook at you. He would double back. And then right about here, the witch would again kind of pop out. And you know, anytime you put somebody right on the trail and hide them in black, it's scary when they just jump out in front of you. And so then we carried them on out, and part of the struggle of the evening was just everybody wanted to go, and they ended up kind of waiting. We had to tell them, everybody gets a chance to go on and enjoy the party. The key was taking them through in groups of 5 or 6. Nobody really acted too stupid, and all in all, it was a good time, and I hope you learned something from it. I learned from watching YouTube, but never really found what I needed or wanted, so I thought I'd show you what I did and hope it helps somebody. Enjoy.